Now we'll see in a given table, how can you create a new calculated field? Okay, now look here in this table. You have name, city, M1, M2, M3. All these are numbers, which means you can very well do calculations. So there are a few calculations which you can do over. You can just add up everything to find the total mark of the student. So as you all know, total is equal to M1 plus M2 plus M3. Now, you do not have a total field over here. You just have the marks. But what you want to do is you want to add an extra column. Okay, you want to add an extra column called total. Okay, the field name should be total, and you are not planning to enter anything over there. Instead, you already have M1, M2, M3. So automatically when that field is created, it should have the sum of M1, M2, M3. So that is what we have in mind. So that is what you mean by creating a new calculated field in a table. Okay. So display student details with the total mark. So select what all you want: the SID, you want the name of the student, you want M1, you want M2, you want M3 from which table? From the table called test underscore SQ. So we're not talking about total now, we just test underscore. We're just seeing the normal things first and then we'll go for the copy from here and put it this side. Okay, now you have name, M1, M2, M3, and now let's come back to the question. You even want the total mark. Okay, so what is the total mark? M1 plus M2 plus M3. So you can simply give M1 plus M2 plus M3 from test STU. So let's see what happens. Okay, look here. Automatically the marks will be calculated. Mathematical function M1 plus M2 plus M3. If you add it up, you will be getting a 90. So what I can do over here is I'll just rename this thing as total or something, so that here otherwise you will be getting M1 plus M2 plus M3. I don't want that to happen. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this and put it over here. Just renaming it. So I am now creating an extra field called total, where I am getting the total of the marks. The same way you can even do the average. Okay, you want one more field called, you want to find out the percentage of the marks. So what is the percentage of the marks? M1 plus M2 plus M3 divided by 3. That is the average, isn't it? N divided by 3. I'll give ABG so that it looks good. I'll just copy this whole thing and put it this side. Okay, I am now getting a new field called ABG with the average of the marks. So this is how you can do a new calculated field in a table. Okay, so I gave even a condition together with that, where city is equal to Kochi. So I'm just doing a totaling average of the people who are in Kochi. Now the same thing you can say. You want to arrange it alphabetically. Look here, Ryan and Joanna, it is not alphabet. So if you remember, we did have something called order by name. So what happens is these are sorted by default in the ascending order with respect to name. So I'll just copy it over here. I'll paste it over here. So it came alphabetically, Joanna and Roy. So we did quite a few things over here. I created a new field, not a new field, but I created 2 fields. I gave a condition. I even gave the sorting. So this is how you can go on combining things and work on queries.